Klay Thompson is an NBA legend. Here are 11 of the most impactful games Klay Thompson has had as a member of the Golden State Warriors. In the summer of 2011, Klay Thompson learned that he would return to his home state of California as he was selected with the 11th pick in the NBA draft by the Golden State Warriors.
Klay Thompson from Washington State University.
Shortly after the draft, a league lockout began, delaying the start of the 2011 NBA season until December. That leads us to Christmas Day 2011, when Klay finally took the floor for a regular season game as a Golden State Warrior. Halfway through the first quarter, Klay checked in and began an iconic NBA career. While his numbers from this game aren't particularly memorable, it's his first bucket that will live in Warriors lore, as it was none other than a deep three-ball, a trait that would define his NBA career.
His first NBA three.
It was his sophomore season that Klay Thompson made his first playoff appearance. After dispatching the Nuggets in 6 games in the first round of the 2013 playoffs, the Warriors had a second-round date with the Spurs, who won 58 games that year. After losing a 16-point lead to drop Game 1, the Warriors went into Game 2 having lost 30 straight games in the Alamo City. And that's when Klay took over. 5 minutes into the game, Klay got onto the board with a jumper. The next possession, a splash. And the buckets didn't stop. Klay would tally a then career-high 34 points and 14 rebounds to shock the Spurs, in what became a pivotal Game 2 victory. It was in 2015 that Klay would have one of the most memorable stretches of basketball in NBA history. Boasting a 19-1 home record entering a January matchup with the Kings, the Warriors were ready to put on a show. And boy, did they ever. Up 5 in the third quarter, Klay went to work. In a scoring performance like none other, Klay shot 13 of 13 from the field in the quarter, scoring an NBA record 37 points on the backs of one circus shot after the other. Steve Kerr would go on to say,
as many spectacular things as Michael did, which he did nightly. I never saw him do that.
As Klay put it in reference to the Dub Nation crowd, they just kept wanting to see the show. That's what they kept telling me. And deliver, he did. After winning his first title in 2015 and helping the Warriors win an NBA record 73 games during the 2016 regular season, Klay and the Warriors faced a 3-2 series deficit heading into Game 6 of the Western Conference Finals. While his splash brother Stephen Curry had been in the spotlight all season following a second straight MVP, it was Klay that stole the show in one of the most iconic playoff performances in recent memory. Down 8 heading into the fourth quarter, the Warriors' historic season was hanging in the balance. As Klay recalls it,
they believe in me, and Steph told me before I went out in the fourth, this is your time, put on a show out there and have fun. I took those words to heart and I just tried to be aggressive.
And aggressive he was, scoring 19 points in the fourth quarter, draining 4 threes in just under 7 minutes to start the final frame, hitting clutch shot after clutch shot to pull the Warriors back into the lead and ultimately to victory. He'd finished the game with 41 points and an NBA record 11 playoff threes, forcing a Game 7 that the Warriors would eventually win to advance to the NBA Finals. The legend of Game 6 Klay was officially born. The next season, Klay would tally one of the most prolific scoring outputs in franchise history. Does 60 points in a game sound like a lot? You bet it is, as Klay became the first Warrior in more than 42 years to reach the mark. To do that in only 29 minutes of play? Yeah, that's historic. And then to add in the fact that Klay only took 11 dribbles? You gotta be kidding. Klay shot 21 of 33 from the field and 8 of 14 from distance in only 3 quarters. Had he played the fourth quarter, it's entirely possible that he would have been the first Warrior since Wilt Chamberlain to surpass 80 points in a game. That said, his performance will forever remain in Warriors and NBA lore. The Warriors entered the 2018-2019 season having won 3 titles in the prior 4 years, and were gearing up to make a 5th straight finals appearance. Klay struggled to begin the year though, never reaching 20 points in his first 7 games to start the season, and had only shot 5 of 36 from distance to begin the year. Then, the Dubs landed in Chicago. With 9 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the first quarter, Klay came off a screen on the left arc and splashed home a 3. And just like that, the Splash Brother got hot. Splash after splash after splash after splash. Klay would knock down a historic 14 threes, surpassing his teammate Stephen Curry for the most threes in a game in NBA history. What's wildest is he did this in just 2.5 quarters of play, breaking the record with 5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. About the only thing that slowed him down was when he suffered a cut above his right eye that needed 2 stitches in the third quarter. He returned a few minutes later sporting a yellow headband, conjuring resemblance of Jackie Moon in breaking the record.
For NBA history, 14 threes in a game has never been done until tonight.
Klay continued to make memories in the 2018-2019 season. After shooting only 34% from three-point range in December, Klay proved once again that he knows how to break out of shooting slumps in big ways. While Klay's 43 points to lead the Dubs to victory over the Knicks was impressive, it's how he got there that's truly special. 18 of 29 shooting, 7 for 16 from beyond the arc, and all of this on only 4 dribbles. That's right, Klay bounced the ball 4 times en route to 43 points, a truly historic feat. Just 13 days later, Klay would once again make history from beyond the arc. Games against the Lakers have always been special for Klay, as his dad played for the purple and gold. On this particular night in Staples Center, Klay made sure to make the latest iteration of his matchup with his dad's team special. Thompson splashed in his first three-point attempt, then his second, his third, his fourth, his fifth, his sixth, his seventh, his eighth, his ninth, and yes, he knocked down 10 straight threes to start the game, tying an NBA record for most makes without a miss from beyond the arc. Klay would finish the night with 44 points on 10 of 11 shooting from 3 in a win. One of the tougher moments of Klay's career also led to one of the true embodiments of what he means to the Warriors fan base. Down 3-2 in the 2019 NBA Finals, Klay and the Dubs returned to Oracle Arena for a pivotal Game 6. With the season on the line, Klay got aggressive, dropping 30 points in the first 2.5 quarters of play. On a dunk attempt with 2 minutes and 23 seconds in the third quarter, Klay landed awkwardly and would later be diagnosed with a torn ACL. What happened next, though, will forever be remembered by Dub Nation. After checking out of the game and walking toward the locker room, Klay turned around, jogged to the free throw line, and knocked down 2 free throws, a sign of strength and perseverance that personified his Warriors spirit. The Warriors would ultimately lose the game, but Klay's free throws will forever be remembered. After 2 seasons and 941 days away from the game, Klay Thompson made a triumphant return to the court on January 9th, 2022. From his pregame warm-up to his starting lineup intro, every moment was met with anticipation and appreciation for Klay. And once the game tipped off, he couldn't wait to get his first shot up, making a layup just 40 seconds into the game that sent the Chase Center crowd into pure pandemonium. With 2 minutes remaining in the second quarter, Klay drove to the basket and threw down a thunderous dunk over 2 defenders, an image that defined his incredible return to action. To top it off, Klay set 2 milestones in this game, reaching 12,000 career points as well as 1,800 career threes. 3 of the best words in sports: Game 6 Klay. The Warriors rode Klay's return to play and a strong team performance to the playoffs, where they took on Memphis in the second round. After dropping Game 5 in Memphis, the Warriors faced a crucial Game 6 at home, where Klay certainly delivered. Thompson shot 11 for 22 from the field, 8 of 12 from 3, and scored 30 points to keep the Warriors' title dreams alive. Him holding up 6 fingers to symbolize the legend of Game 6 Klay after his final triple was simply iconic. Klay Thompson's story with the Warriors will forever be remembered. An all-star, a champion, a record breaker. From tough moments to euphoric highs, he forever and always will be one of the greatest to ever wear a Warriors uniform.